Thanks for being here this morning. We are here this morning to announce charges in yet another investigation into restaurants in central Indiana which have failed to properly report their sales and correspondingly thus failed to properly pay over to the state sales and food and beverage taxes. As of yesterday, we filed charges against Rosalio Sanchez and Manuel Rodriguez Alonso, who are owners of 6 restaurants located in Marion, Delaware, and Grant counties. Pursuant to a plea agreement which has been signed by those defendants, Mr. Sanchez will plead guilty to 6 counts of theft for failing to properly remit sales and food and beverage tax. Mr. Alonso will plead guilty to 3 counts of theft for the same conduct. It is alleged that over a 3-year period from 2013 to 2015, these defendants failed to properly report approximately $1,843,000 in sales and thus did not pay over the corresponding taxes of approximately $143,000. At the time of the execution of search warrants in this matter, we seized approximately $250,000 in cash and bank accounts, and in accordance with the plea agreement, these defendants have agreed that the sum of $143,000 will be paid over to revenue for those unpaid taxes. I'd like to make just a couple of brief observations about this investigation and getting here today. Like many of these cases, no one can appreciate the volume of work that goes into these sort of investigations and prosecutions. We come here today after months and months of work, and of course it's all wrapped up in a 46-page probable cause. But these individuals up here undertook months and months and months of tedious work in order to reach this point. Tammy Ostermeyer, Carol Buchholz, are auditors, examiners with the Indiana Department of Revenue. Rick Albrecht is a former examiner in the Indiana Department of Revenue who works with our office on a contract basis as a consultant in these type of cases. Deputy Prosecutor Janice Skelton heads our grand jury division. Sergeant Carmen Walker is with the Sheriff's Office, who is assigned to our office full-time in these type of investigations. This work required months and months of review of tax records, of bank records, of boxes and boxes of documents that were seized pursuant to search warrant in order to get us here today. And they're to be commended for their work and their efforts in this case as well as similar cases. And they did so in conjunction with others in our office, and in particular our grand jury investigators, the other officers assigned to our office full-time. And my second point is this. At the time that we filed the charges in the El Rodeo Mexican restaurant case, we said that we are putting restaurants and other businesses on notice that if you are not properly reporting your sales and you're not properly paying over the taxes that are due to the state of Indiana, you are cheating the people of the state of Indiana and you are committing a crime, and that we will look at you, we will investigate you, and we will prosecute you. These 2 defendants obviously failed to heed that warning. As a consequence, they are now going to be pleading guilty to theft for the very same conduct. So we would repeat again, if you are operating a restaurant or a business that requires that you pay over sales tax, then you need to do so, because otherwise you will end up just as these defendants have here today. We're joined here today by Adam Krupp, the Commissioner of the Indiana Department of Revenue.
Thank you, Prosecutor Curry, and thank you to everyone else up here for your hard work. And the Department of Revenue is pleased to cooperate with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office and law enforcement to ensure that taxpayers comply with the tax laws of Indiana and to make sure that everyone is paying their fair share. Businesses that fail to remit the full amount of tax due are neglecting their responsibility to their community, and they gain an unfair advantages over businesses that play by the rules. Cooperations in these investigations is essential, and this is just the latest example of multiple units of government coming together to collaborate and work as partners to achieve results that benefit Hoosiers. In addition to the prosecutor's office and law enforcement officials, I especially want to thank the individual responsible for providing the anonymous tip that helped lead this investigation and prompt it from the outset, as well as the hard-working staff at the Department of Revenue, especially in our audit division, who helped supply the analysis and data that was critical to achieve the outcome that we're here today to talk about. Thank you.